When I first got introduced to Donald Trump running for president, as a Democrat at the time, I said, I don't know. I'm not really into politics. Not my cup of tea. When he won and I heard all these negative things about him, it made me curious about him. So I asked some people who were Republicans who happened to be my friends, and they schooled me on what the man did. So I liked them. Then around the cops killing black people for no reason period of time, and the riots been going on, I didn't like the way Trump handled things. Did not. Didn't like the way Trump handled things at all. Didn't. I didn't like the way he said Black Lives Matter is an ugly sign. I didn't like the fact that he seemed very callous towards Los Angeles burning up. Now I can look back at it and see that I was wrong, because the media could do a lot of things with cameras, but I didn't like the way Trump handled COVID. He knew about it and then didn't tell the American people about it because he said he didn't want to worry people. Well, you know what? I lost people to COVID, okay? So I wish he would have said something about that. Biden came along, and Biden was just fresh slate, from my knowledge, because I didn't know too much about Biden. And he was taking COVID very seriously. And Trump caught COVID, unfortunately. And I was just like, you know what? Again, here I'm at another decision. Trump is not doing the things that I think is necessary. So I made the mistake again, going back to what I know. I guess you can say maybe out of a fearful voting, and did it again with the Democrats. And what did we get? We got something I could have never foreseen. We got Biden with his Ukraine-loving, manipulating abomination. Under him, there's 81,000 genders. And I realize in the long run, looking back, I made a mistake. And that's okay. I'm probably the only guy who's going to wear a hat like this and admit the mistakes that I made, because I don't worship Donald Trump. I don't worship Joe Biden. I don't worship America. I worship God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And I could vote for whoever I want to vote for. I could care less. But this time around, after seeing Kenneth Copeland, after seeing the truth about Donald Trump and the way he is being treated after the 2020 election, everybody in the media told me he created insurrection. I sat there and I watched that 20-something minute before everybody in January 6th went crazy. And I listened to the man, as long and boring as it was. No disrespect, Trump, but it was long and boring because I was trying to get to the good stuff. The man said, peacefully protest. And at that moment, I realized everything that I've been fighting for, I contradicted myself like a normal human being because I made a mistake. I judged based on my eyes without doing research. Okay? Without doing the research. And when I saw that long, boring 20-minute video of Donald Trump saying, so we're going to go over to the Capitol and we're going to peacefully protest. And the man came on Twitter at the time and said that, I began to realize further my mistake. But I'm man enough to admit that I've never voted for Donald Trump before. Until now. You see, because I can't judge people who've been with Trump from the beginning. You guys are the really true diehard Trump people. I will never be so obsessed with somebody. Not saying that you guys are obsessed, but I will never be so obsessed with somebody that I let it interfere with my mind and my thinking. Okay? It takes a long time for me to love somebody. It takes a long time for me to trust somebody, especially somebody I've never met. I don't trust politicians. I don't trust people I don't know. But I will say this about Donald Trump. He earned my respect and he earned my love. I would have never spent the money on this. Okay, it's pretty expensive. No disrespect to Trump. They had a good deal, but at the time, I had other things that I had to buy. I would have never spent the money on this if I didn't believe in the core values. This is a guy who was a Democrat. This was a guy who thought Barack Obama was the greatest president of all time. This is a guy who tried to look at the good, and still does, look at the good in everybody, because we all make mistakes. Even Trump, even me. But I've come to the conclusion, and this is a guy who didn't really like Trump as a politician in the beginning, and slowly but surely liked the guy, then didn't like the guy, but ended up loving the guy. And that's free will. That's freedom of choice. Nobody pushed me, nobody egged me, and definitely nobody paid me. I mean, if they paid me, I still wouldn't do it, because I don't need anybody's money. I got my own money. I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second. That's the Trump line. I just wanted to make this long video, not boring. I hope it's not boring, to say that I did it the right way. I did it out of my heart. Because when I do something, I go all in. Joe Biden, you've proven, it didn't even take 4 years. Joe Biden, you proved in 2 years you are the worst president of all time. You are 100% representation of all the evils in the world. Donald Trump, you have been falsely accused by fake news media. And I'm man enough to admit, and I'm talking to you, Donald Trump, I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong about you. And yes, you've done things that were wrong, in my opinion, the way you handle certain things. But brothers are not going to always agree on everything. And MAGA should never be blind loyalty to Donald Trump. MAGA should always keep our eyes open and look at what's going on. And with my eyes wide open, I can see Donald Trump is the best candidate. He is my mentor. He is my role model. And he's the greatest president of all time. Okay? I've had heroes who I've had to question. I have questioned Donald Trump. I've questioned actors who are currently my mentors. And you know what was even bigger than that? I've questioned myself. And I got back to knowing who Jason Peace is, who Daddy Jason is. And I wanted to make this video to say, just to clear the air, that I've never 100% in the beginning supported Donald Trump. But as time went on, after seeing the craziness the radical left is capable of, and knowing who I am as a man, I've learned to see the evils of Black Lives Matter, the evils of the radical left, the evils of the Republican Party. I ain't no Republican, and I ain't no Democrat. Like my man Ice-T said, I ain't left wing and I ain't right wing. You can miss me with all of that because they're two wings on the same bird. But I will tell you, face to face, man to man, Daddy Jason, Jason Peace, is MAGA. Not because I stood with Donald Trump in the beginning, because I learned to love the man. And MAGA accepted me. I accept them. We're not going to always agree on everything. That's impossible. That's a cult. If you agree with every single thing blindly, that's a cult. Ain't no worshiping Donald Trump around here. I respect the man. That's it. Just like I respect any other actor or entertainer that came before me. Michael Jackson comes to mind. Prince comes to mind. People like that. Dr. Dre. Steve Burton, Maurice Bernard. So I'm going to end this video by saying, make America great again. Trump 2024. It feels so good to know that even there's people out there who may not love me at first. I see that all the time. I get subscribers and I lose subscribers. I get that. That's okay with me. But in the end, you'll begin to see what I was saying, and maybe you'll come around. If not, that's okay. I still love you. Jason Peace.